Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Haven't made a video for a while. Not much happening. I don't know. How is everyone doing out there in post-coronavirus world? I'm finding days are blending into each other, and I thought, gee, when was the last time I did a YouTube video? And not much has happened. A couple of things I sort of wanted to comment on, and I'm just sort of percolating my ideas, but not much. And then I saw something on Clownfish TV, and I saw a couple other things about it, and I sort of thought I didn't even watch it right away, but once I watched it, I started thinking about it. Now, Splash, Disney Plus. Basically, they if you haven't seen Splash, the film, it's a 1984 film about Daryl Hannah, who's a mermaid who falls in love with Tom Hanks. And there are a couple of scenes, where, because she's a mermaid, she has no, she hasn't been shamed about her body or anything. So when she comes out of the ocean butt naked, she doesn't think twice about it. So, and there's a scene at the end of the film where she kisses Tom Hanks and runs into the water, and she's naked except for her hair, which is covering pretty much everything. But for the Disney Plus version, they CGI'd a whole bunch of extra hair that just sort of wobbles in front of her butt, like some weird sort of hair skirt or something, just to hide that little bit of nudity. Now, honestly, I don't remember the original shot, and I can't find it anywhere, and I can't find the original film. I thought I had it, and maybe I don't, but it looks ridiculous. It seems unnecessary. The film was PG. I saw it as a kid. Everyone I know saw it as a kid. My nieces, we all watched it. No one thought twice about it. Now, whether it was the edited version, whether when they put that on TV they cut that shot out, I don't remember. I seem to remember her being naked, and that was a thing. And it wasn't gratuitous or anything, and no one thought anything twice about it. And there's another scene, oddly enough, earlier in the film where she comes out of the water at the Statue of Liberty and walks up behind a bunch of people being taken on a tour, and she's totally naked, and you totally see her, like she's not running off quickly, it's not discreet, it's like right there. I'm like, what happened to that scene? But it just asks some questions about Disney. It sort of speaks to the issue of censorship in the digital age, where, I mean, once upon a time you produced a video or a DVD, and it was sort of solid. It sort of stayed. It didn't change. Whereas with digital, you can just go in, edit something, and then, people then put the new edition in, and people are just streaming whatever edition you give them. So there was this fear with a lot of streaming services that movies that you want to see would disappear, or movies that you want to see would be presented in a different way, edited, altered, revised. And this is one of those examples which isn't a huge example because it doesn't really change the context of anything. It doesn't really do anything except hide a bit of nudity from kids, apparently, who I don't think would think anything about it. And we didn't when we were kids. So I don't think it's that big a concern. But the film and Splash and doing it, but the idea that Disney Plus does this now, they did it with Star Wars. George Lucas changed the Han shoots first scene again by having the Guido, was it Guido? Yes, I think it was Guido, says McCluskey or something, which basically is some sort of threat in some language in Star Wars land, which then sort of, because Han knows that, apparently knows what that means, shoots first, so it like provokes him. So that was their way of getting around it, and people hated that revision. So these little revisions are a problem. And there was a big question: would Disney do this? They've got so many films in the vault. When they bring them out, what will they bring out? What will they leave? What will they hide? What will they censor? There's an issue with Song of the South, which is a film, and everyone knows, I've heard Whoopi talk about this, and Clownfish mentioned as well, Whoopi Goldberg is saying this film should be released. We should see it, even though it's kind of racist now. It is representative of its time and it has value, so we should watch it. And hiding it doesn't make that era, that situation, that racism, any of that go away. You're just hiding it. It doesn't really help. So that's one film they're not showing. And also when they bought 20th Century Fox, which was a huge mistake, they spent about $70 billion on that, and now they have to go around borrowing billions and billions of dollars in lines of credit just to stay afloat and not go bankrupt. So they might have not done that. But all the Fox stuff that now is in the Disney vault, will it come out? If it does, will it be the original content? When you watch a film, is this the real film? Is this the artist's original intent? Is this the original version, or is this some altered, censored, politically changed, or conservatively altered film? Like, what are you seeing now? How do you know? Unless you've seen the original and have a copy to compare to, it's all a bit scary in its potential. In its execution at the moment, there's very few examples of it. And like, for example, Roseanne, when she got in trouble with something she said, they cancelled her. The president or whoever was running the station at the time, it was a black woman. She was offended by the comment that was supposedly racist, so supposedly deliberate. I don't want to get into that. She says she didn't know the person was black, and it's just a big mess. I did a video on that anyway. Either way, she was offended personally. She cancelled the show without really asking all the people who made money off the show, and it's just gone. You can't get it. Roseanne's just gone. It's just been deleted from our culture, basically. And I don't really approve of that, because her personal comment had nothing to do with the show and her character. And examples like this are something to worry about. Now, I personally myself have thousands of DVDs. I've been collecting DVDs for 20 years. I think the first DVD I bought was Star Trek The Motion Picture Special Director's Edition. I think that was 2001. So 19, 20 years I've been collecting DVDs. That was the first DVD I bought, and I bought a DVD player just to watch it. And I've kept most of them. I had a purge a few years ago where I got rid of stuff I know I'm never going to watch. I just bought cheap just to see what's this, and it wasn't any good. But most films I've kept because I don't trust Hollywood to maintain these films and to have access to them when I want, and the original versions. Now I want to go find a version of Splash on DVD that has the original version or Blu-ray, because I don't want to see the Disney version with the fur dress behind her or whatever. It doesn't look natural. They could have at least done a real quality job. If you're going to change something, do a quality job so it's not so obvious and insulting. But yeah, I just thought that was an important thing, and I just sort of thought, okay, I have something to say about that. So yes, Splash looks bad, unnecessary, and it speaks to the potential of problematic changes to films and TV on streaming services and platforms where we don't have control. I mean, there was an example of CBS had given the rights to all the Star Trek series to Netflix, and then when they wanted to produce their own series, they pulled it all back off Netflix, and no one had Star Trek. All the people were freaking out because they didn't have Star Trek. And then they had an international deal to distribute Star Trek Discovery on Netflix, so then all the series went back to Netflix internationally, but I think America still has it only on CBS. I'm not sure about that, but in Australia we have it on the international Netflix. So everyone got it back again. Now I have them all on DVD and Blu-ray, so I didn't lose access to Star Trek. But people who rely on streaming, their Star Trek for a lot of people went, and they would have had to then go buy another service. So I don't know. I just think it's important. I think we need to watch them. We need to make sure things aren't censored, aren't banned, aren't altered, and that we have access. Especially to culturally relevant things like Song of the South. So I'm just going to leave it there. I just had a little bit to say about that. I thought it mattered, and I hadn't made a video for a while, and I'm like, what? Where? How long since I made a video? I don't know. But feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, hopefully there's something interesting to talk about soon, because Rona is getting boring.